no other way to put it. Liam, you look like Larry the Lobster right now.
Little red, fellas. I gotta
Red,
say,
yeah.
The Irish in you just jumped right out.
my ancestors are looking down and scoffing at me for getting sunburnt in Seattle of all places.
Yeah, right.
So-
Wait. Notoriously sunny spot, Seattle, Washington.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That's courtesy of Delta. It was a little difficult getting back Monday from our trip, which I know we're about to recap. But you know, the delay, I still got me basically a full extra day in Seattle with my good friend Johnny, and we took advantage of it. We went out on the water, 2-hour cruise. It was beautiful, and all I got was this lousy sunburn.
The only thing to show for it. Meanwhile, Jake was also with you. Shout out Santi as well. He was there. I was not. Wish I could have, but no. Jake was also there. Jake's been in an even sunnier spot for months. Not one sunburn. What's the skincare routine, Jake? Drop the secret.
I just don't go outside a lot. I think that's,
There you have it.
yeah.
He's afraid of the sun.
Yeah, that's just about it.
It's like the dude from the Benchwarmers who stays inside
Yeah.
the closet.
He eats the sunscreen or the toothpaste or
Yes,
whatever it is.
that's right. Yes, yeah, exactly. Keeps the the bottles of pee, like the 2-liter gallons of bottles of pee, rather. Anyways, tell me about Seattle. What did I miss out on besides a
Nothing.
disaster class in one of those games, but a 2-2 series split? Tell me all about it. How was Safeco? Jake, how were the grasshoppers? Did you try the grasshoppers?
Oh,
Fitz.
terrible
Oh,
news.
no,
It's
I have
too
bad
soon.
news.
Too soon.
Too
Fitz,
soon.
they've discontinued the grasshoppers at T-Mobile Park.
You would have seen fresh content from us trying them.
No, they're gone. We went to Edgar's Cantina and we said, "Give us the grasshoppers," and they said, "No, there are none. They're gone."
They got them. They got them.
They got them.
Because of woke, you can't have fried grasshoppers.
Because of woke. That's absolutely right, Fitz.
But no, seriously, how was the trip?
I'll tell you what.
I
What a
gotta
beautiful
say-
city. What a beautiful city.
Incredible
Yeah.
city. The weather was
Yeah.
beautiful. We completely lucked out. It didn't rain once.
Not a drop of rain.
Yeah.
Not a drop.
Very walkable, robust
Mm-hmm.
transit. Let me say.
I don't know about
Hey,
robust.
Jake's the transit head on the show here, so I'll let him be the
Monorail,
judge of that.
monorail, water.
Yeah, they had a monorail. They have a monorail that runs
Subway.
about a quarter mile. That's all.
football
and
fields.
It has two stops. That's their monorail.
Seattle Mayor Lyle Langley.
Yeah, it's but it's cool. We rode that. What else? Yeah, it's just a great city. I think it's my favorite city I've ever been to that's not in the Northeast.
Really?
I feel comfortable saying
Big
that.
praise.
I mean, that's a low bar. They're basically 0 real cities not in the Northeast.
Well, you're in one
Other
right
than
now,
like
to be fair.
Chicago, that's probably LA is not a real city in any way, shape, or form.
Fair enough.
Is that what you just said?
Yes, I mean it's a
Yeah,
big
no,
city.
this is not a city. This is a fucking. It's a bunch of neighborhoods cobbled together. I mean, it's not a city.
I gotta
Can't walk
ask you
anywhere.
though, Jake. You mentioned your review of Safeco on Twitter. You said immediately that there needs to be a new Fenway Park built in Boston. Are you ready to stand by that?
I've had this take for forever. I think Fenway's problems far outweigh its charm at this point. Like it's not.
You tell
Every
me you
time
don't-
I go to
you don't buy
a new.
You don't buy Tom Werner's Fenway experience?
Nah, fuck them. Every time I go to it, whether it's Safeco, whether it's PNC, whether it's fucking Coors, I've been to all these, and it's like, yeah, just build me a new park. I don't, I'm ready. It's time. Give it up.
I will say.
Or sorry, Liam, not to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
Or what they did with Wrigley, and this would work for me too. Rip out every seat and like reconfigure it like they did with Wrigley, because that's fine. Like that's really what sucks about Fenway. Everything else I think is charming to a point. The tight concourses, but no, the seat. I mean,
Yeah, you're
sitting
still
in the
fine.
park is fucking miserable. That's the bad part about it.
Even
I
then,
agree,
like
I agree with that. Rip out the grandstand seats. I don't care.
Rip out all
they
the
could-
seats. Even the not grandstands are tight
I'm
and
fine.
weird.
Anything
Holes in the
loge-
middle.
Anything in the loge box is fine.
yes,
below
and
that.
bleachers, I think
are fine.
bleachers are fine. Yes, I think grandstands, Jake. I think you have a point there. The rest of it, not as much.
Well, okay, that's fine.
Grandstands are tight. I will give you that.
I think the field boxes and the loge boxes get a little get a little. I mean, for what you're paying for.
Well, it's also
you'd think
only that,
maybe,
like,
maybe I'd like
one
to move my
walkway.
knees.
Come on,
Maybe I'd
Jake.
like
Men
move
used to
my-
fight in wars. Come on.
Men used to weigh like 50 pounds less
Yeah.
on average too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
like
average
that,
man was like 5'4" when Fenway was
Yeah.
built to be.
It's the Shiba dog meme where there's the big buff one. It's a Red Sox fan from 1918. Oh, these seats are very, very luxurious and cozy. And then there's Jake as the small one. Oh, no leg room.
It's hard to reach Wally from here. I can't go over to say hi to Wally. Anyways,
I will
Oh,
say
what
T-Mobile Park, incredible. And
Oh yeah, special.
the second game we went to, the roof was closed. First time I'd ever been to a ballpark with a roof. And
I think same. Yeah, I was thinking. I thought the same thing.
I loved it. I loved the experience because we were freezing Friday night. The wind was swirling in the upper deck. I thought I was going to lose toes and fingers,
Yeah,
phalanges.
no, it was chilly. It was chilly.
But
That sea
no.
breeze coming in. It was
yeah,
rough.
that marine layer will get you.
Yeah.
which I learned
but no,
about this past week, the marine layer. Did not know that was a thing for Safeco.
Yeah, but Saturday night was great. It was very comfortable. I brought a knit cat just in case and never needed it. So
That's Murphy's Law in action right there.
100%.
Well, Liam, if you enjoy...
Not a bad seat in that house. I'll tell. Well, we didn't sit out in those center field seats. Those probably are bad seats, frankly. Those are really
Where they're
fucking
very far away.
Yeah.
The left field bleachers were great. They were just benches, like we could spread
they're
out.
good. Well, they
with room.
weren't. They weren't just benches. They had backs,
That's true. That's a great point.
which
I didn't
they
even
had
think about that.
cushioned backs, which you don't always get on a bleacher, and that was really nice.
Well, if you like roof baseball, gentlemen, let me introduce you to a little place called St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
The Trop. Anyways, that's Sunburnt in Seattle, a.k.a. Liam. We're also joined by... We're back! We actually are back. It's true. A.k.a. Jake. I'm Chris Owings, a.k.a. Fitz, and this is the first episode of Pod on Lansdowne in the 2024 regular season. Year 3. Regular season 3 that we've been doing this, gentlemen. That's crazy, isn't it?
Where does the time go?
I know, right? It feels like just yesterday that we were just listening to Liam's clocks in the background during our first episode together. But we're glad you could join us for this episode and the new season, which so far has been pretty kind to the Boston Red Sox, if I do say so myself. 5-2 as we record here Wednesday evening. Sorry for the delayed episode here, a little snafus on all of our ends, but we were able to make it work, able to get the episode to you. 5-2 as we enter the getaway day Thursday before we head over to Anaheim to play the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim of California of Anaheim. I think that's their official name at this point, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
You got it.
But no, it's so far so good. 1 week in, it's tough to, at this point, it's always like, yeah, you're excited to talk about the Red Sox, excited to see what we've seen. Tough to take a ton away from what we've seen so far, but that's not going to stop us anyways.
No, Fitz, I was going to say, I mean, one game is enough for me to start throwing some narratives out. 1 inning. Hell.
You have been,
One pitch.
the narrative machine at the Wallinger residence has been cooking so far the last couple of days.
I only have 1 narrative so far this year.
Do we want to use that as our transition into fuck with, don't fuck with? The first fuck with, don't fuck with of the year.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's to be fair, this is your kind of thing. So if people are newer,
yeah,
and we really didn't do this last year. I don't think we
This
did.
feels
No,
like
I think
a-
we
this feels
I think
like a
we just
throwback to
didn't
first
fuck with anything for so much of last year.
Fair
So
enough. We have things to
yes.
fuck with and not fuck with. Jake, what's the premise of this? I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
so this is
self-explanatory.
you just what?
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, so it's just, you and your boys or girls or whatever, you sit around and you toss out, you say something you're fucking with, and then something you don't fuck with, something you're not fucking with, and
It
that's
has
it.
to be even. You can't just be fucking with something or not fucking with something.
Correct. You have to give one of both. Because humans, we fuck with and we don't fuck with. If we fucked with everything, how would we know what we don't fuck with, and vice versa?
True Thanos type beat,
Deep.
perfectly
Deep.
balanced as all things should be.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Do you want to give us the first example?
Yeah, you want me to
of
lead
fuck with?
off?
You lead it off. And then Liam.
Okay, should I lead off with fuck with?
Fuck with.
Okay, I fuck with.
You were not ready for this, were you?
No, I was ready for my don't fuck with.
I'll go.
Okay, Liam, go ahead.
Bye,
Go
Liam,
ahead.
go.
I'll take it away. This one's easy. I as soon as Fitz mentioned this before we hopped on, I was like, I locked this in early. I am fucking with Brennan Bernardino, and I am not fucking with Jolie
Can I guess?
Rodriguez. Could you believe it? Could you believe it? Two sides of the coin there.
Two southpaws.
Guys,
There you go.
I know we saw it Saturday night. We don't have to rehash it. It was a disaster all around from our good friend Jolie. And quite frankly,
Liam, we saw it with our own eyes. We saw it with our own eyes.
It's either him or it's us.
Liam should have taken the knit cap and put it over his eyes. That probably would have been better.
And I still don't understand why he got the nod over Bernardino coming out of camp. Even Bernardino, you saw he was talking to Cotillo, and he's like, yeah, it shocked me too. Like, I wasn't expecting that. But, Brennan's a professional. He said, this shit happens, And I expect whenever he is up, and he will be up, I created the Avengers black screen text. Brennan Bernardino will be back. We will see him soon. I love him, and I miss him. And quite frankly, I think Kenleh is headed for the DL, or the IL, I should say.
Canceled.
I hope so.
Dead name him. And I think we will see Brennan as the first name called. Just because one lefty, and it's Jolie, that not very inspiring.
Now, to be fair, quote me if I'm wrong, I believe Isaiah Campbell's whole thing is that he's pretty good against the lefties as well, even though he's a righty. It's not like he has
like reverse splits.
He does have reverse splits. Okay, so there you go, right? But yeah, it would still be nice to have another true lefty in there where you're not just rolling out Joely out there. He's already made in 7 games. He's made 4 appearances, I think. 3, 4, 3.
Joely's pitched 3 times.
3 times?
4.
4. Okay, so
today
it should be
4.
Point is, it should be 0. That's the point. I understand his vibes are nice. He seems like a nice enough of a guy. That's all well and good. To be fair, on Saturday, to be 100% fair to Joely, got a couple unlucky breaks there. There was that wonky kind of broken bat base hit that kind of started the snowball that ended up rolling. It's not his fault that Abreu doesn't know how to field and right. That's not on him. But he also shouldn't be in those high leverage spots to begin with in the first place. I understand that Cora mentioned he's what was the quote, a good pocket with 3 lefties coming up. I think that was Cora's quote.
In hindsight, yes, okay, sure, you can defend that move reasonably.
But he has to be a good enough of a pitcher for.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
exactly,
the lefty righty doesn't
it's
really matter if you just suck. It's not. It's
like, dude, I throw lefty.
Brought in Slayton.
Fitzy Mopena, I throw lefty. That
Do you
doesn't
really?
make me a good option. I'm a lefty. I'm weird. I throw lefty, but I bat righty. I'm a Ricky Henderson, Ryan Ludwig type beat. It's us three.
Cody Ross.
There you go. Right, the affable Cody Ross. And the jovial Michael Vilas.
I will say, at the end of the day, I understand why Cora did it. He's going to go with the guy that's got experience. He's throwing lefty. But then why do you absolutely fuck Slayton in his major league debut?
It is so funny. Slayton has pitched 3 times now, and he's only come in to mop up Joely all 3 times. Well, I guess I don't think, did Joely give up a... No, yeah, he did. Every single time he's come in to mop up Joely's mess 3 times in a row. Poor guy. Hey, but he's done it. Well, not the first time, but... The second and third.
That's a tough call. Tough assignment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my fuck
Liam,
with.
that's a great fuck with, don't fuck with to start off. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Fitz?
Oh, you still not ready?
No, I think I could go.
Well, you got then. I'll go.
Okay, I'm fucking with Jarren Duran.
Yeah.
6 steals so far.
Yeah, and I think he's batting like 410 or something after today. He got another 3 or 4 hits. I tweeted this. I held on to my Jarren stock. People were saying, oh, maybe he's going to get traded because there's a lot of outfielders. He's older. Maybe that was a fluke last year. But I held my stock. Saying whether
I held it.
Whether I agree with his politics or not, as we've gotten into on here. As I've gotten into with him, he's looking good. I mean, that's my leadoff man. I held my stock, and it looks like it's paying off.
My favorite aspect of watching Jarren Duran this past year and this year, which again we've talked about this before, mid 22 after the Cindy Sweeney game, I was so far out on him, done a complete 180 on him. Really like what I've seen from him over the last year and a week, I suppose. But my favorite aspect of watching him is that it could be an infield single to short or third. If he beats that out, no matter what, he always looks like he's ready to go to second. It could be the bloopiest bloop that ever blooped into center field. Clearly don't want to send him, and then it'll go to that camera where it shows runners going from first to second, and he always takes the big turn. You're like, is he gonna try to stretch this into a double? And sometimes it works. It didn't work. I believe it was Tuesday night when he got the RBI, but was thrown out at second. Didn't work there, but you're okay with him taking that shot given his speed. It just always gives me a chuckle because it could be a very clear, hey, just stay at first situation, and he's got to slam the brakes because he's always thinking, oh, can I stretch this into a double? I always appreciate that about his game.
Guys, his 3 games in Oakland. So he went 4 for 4 today, this Wednesday, April 3rd.
Yeah.
The day before, he went 3 for 2 with a run, an RBI.
3 for 2? Jeez! He's unbelievable! He's turning the game on its head, dude.
He's that good, guys. He's that good. And then in the first game of the series, 3 for 5, 2 runs, an RBI, 3 stolen bases. So he's the what's the Charles Barkley quote? He's the engine that stirs the drink.
I actually don't know that Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I don't know that reference.
He was saying about Rondo like years ago. Happy retirement, by the way.
Jaron Duran and Tristan Casas must see TV.
Yes. No, he's been amazing. And like you said, Fitz, I take it all back. Anything I said in 2022, Jaron, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I just wasn't familiar with your game. And I love him. I've done a full 180. So
I think I said something to this tune last year, and it looks like he's staying on the right track for it to age well. But I can't remember ever being so out on a Red Sox player and then them becoming good. I just feel like it's usually pretty obvious when it's like, that's probably it for him.
That's an endearing thing, you know what I mean? To go from that sort of a low, man. Right? That's endearing. So shout out to him, and I think fans.
What did his thing say?
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
I think fuck him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck him. I mean, yeah.
And another part of his game, like I can't totally recall how it was coming up. I can imagine a younger guy trying to, for lack of a better term, force it at the plate. But now, after a couple of years in, when he's able to slap it into the gaps or just into the outfield, it looks very easy to him. Like he can bring some power from time to time. He has enough of a pop for a guy at the top of the order, where he's a doubles threat. But even if he's just his play approach, even if he's just slapping singles from time to time, it looks very easy to him. He looks much more comfortable at the plate, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
See, I think he might be the only guy on the team right now without an extra base hit, right? Am I right? Or at least regular starters?
Yeah, I'm racking the brain.
He's making up for it because how many did he have last year?
How
many did he have for just again stretching singles into doubles? Because
I mean, the cool thing with him this year is most of his singles are doubles anyway.
Yeah, because he's just
like he just
right
steals
away.
second. It's
Great.
Okay, sure, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right. So you go ahead. There you go. That's doing it the hard way. The Gordie Howe double there.
He's been great.
Grinding for it.
He's been great. God bless him.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
were you saying?
I was just gonna say last year he had 34 doubles when he got hurt. He was gonna catch Freddie Freeman. I believe it.
Yeah.
He was only like 5 back at the time. He would have caught him. 34 in 100 games. That's insane.
Would have caught him in doubles, and also like physically, if they were running a race, he would have caught him.
That too. Yes, he would have killed him.
Although Freddie Loki stole like 25 bases last year. People don't talk about
yeah, it really
right?
did. Yeah.
Freddie stole 25 bases.
Yeah.
Wide as it's kept.
What?
Look it up. Or it may have been like 20 or 20. Around. It was in the 20s.
Yes. Let me see. He had 23 stolen bases. He
There
was
you
only
go.
caught once.
23 steals for Freddie.
Career high. So
Out of nowhere. I mean, how old is Freddie at this point? Like 34?
yeah, this is age 34 season.
Yeah, so just out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, I could push 30-30 if I want.
Those new rules. God bless him.
New rules.
God bless him.
Shout out to Lapeep, new rules. Let's take a quick step aside here for a moment. When we return,
I didn't even do my don't fuck with.
You should know it at this point that it's called a tease.
All
Little
right.
tease, little tease.
That's
Gotta
great because
ramp it up.
I gotta go preheat my oven.
We'll be back after this.
All right, I'm gonna go. Be right back.
You're actually gonna go preheat your oven.
Yeah, I'm making some pizza for myself.
Hi, whoever's watching.
Who's out there?
Who goes
Show,
there?
show yourself.
I'm actually also gonna preheat my oven, and by preheat my oven, I mean use the bathroom.
Alrighty.
Liam, how are you?
Good. How about you, pal?
Been better.
Get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
That's not.
Had better days. Had better days. Oh wow. Do you follow Nugget Chef?
I don't know.
Well, here, Nick Pavetta's MLB career, the beginning until June 2023. 5.02 ERA and 800 innings pitched. Since July 2023, 2.98 ERA and 94 innings pitched.
The sweeper, man. The magic of the sweeper.
I really
Saved
do
him.
hope we extend him.
Save me, sweeper.
Or if we don't extend him, that he pitches so well he's a qualifying offer guy.
I mean, at this point, if he goes through this year and it's like a year and a half of sub
Yeah.
3 ERA, some team might throw him the bag. I would try to get that
how
ironed
old is
out.
he?
This is what, his age 30 season?
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I would toss him a 4-year deal.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
if
mean,
we're
I
in
do
that-
think if
I
he-
don't know
if
we're
he-
in that business anymore.
If he gets to free agency, I do
this
think
is his age 31 season.
Oh wow. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go more than 4.
Yeah, dude, Babylon. The whole when he's walking around Paramount.
Yeah.
Or no, it's Kinescope in the movie, but that's the Paramount lot.
Oh.
That's literally like a block that way.
So you liked it?
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some qualms, but I liked it a lot.
Oh, it's not perfect by
it's
any
definitely
means,
too
but-
long. Like, there's no need for it to be
the title
that
card
long.
30 minutes in. Hell yeah.
Oh, that rules. But I just mean like there's
Rip.
parts like you could cut that down. That's
Yeah,
unnecessary.
no, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack.
The sequel though, Jack's back. Babylon
Jack's
2.
back. Fitz.
Yo. Okay.
Fitzy Mo.
Muad'Dib.
Muad'Dib.
Shia
Liam and I were walking around Seattle just saying that
saying that.
for most of the trip.
I said when I'm like 85 years old, I won't remember my kids' names, but I'll remember. I'll be saying in the
They're
hospital.
calling
bed.
him Lisa Lagaib.
Muad'Dib.
Bene
I gotta
Gesserit,
get-
nasty
I gotta-
women.
I gotta get that Woosok's worm. I really do. Wormy.
Yeah, Liam, you actually do have
The
to get
Woosok
that.
Shia Lude. The Shia Wu.
Oh,
Ooh.
you're cooking.
Shia Wu.
All right, I'm about to start it up in a second.
Okay.
We have returned. Pod on Lansdowne. Fitz, Jake, and Liam here. Going over the first couple of games of the new baseball season. We're on Twitter. I will be, again, still dead naming that to this.
We are?
To this day. Yeah, we are on, as a matter of fact.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quiet as it's kept. The show is at Pod on Lansdowne. If you're new here, give us a follow there. I am at Fitzimo Pena. On the old Bird app, Liam is at LiamFantasy_. Jake, who's about to give his Don't Fuck With in just a few
You
seconds.
guys hear that? Should I shut the door?
Do I hear what? It's at Jake Wallinger, by the way, on Twitter, but what am I
Sorry.
supposed to be hearing?
My washing machine's going. Is it? You're not picking it up?
I turned it all the way up on my volume, because I usually keep my laptop volume at about halfway, maybe even a little less.
Yeah. And it
Uh,
didn't register?
Oh, I can definitely hear that in the background right now.
Oh, all right. Well, that's okay. Well, that's why I fucking asked. Why are you being weird about it?
Well, I just noticed it because I turned it up. If it was
okay.
halfway, I didn't really notice it, if it makes you feel
Okay.
better. But my hearing is also shit, so take that with a grain of salt. Anyways, follow us on Twitter there. That'd be great. Jake, who are you not fucking with?
Fellas, I could not be. I guess I actually could be fucking with him less because somehow he hasn't blown a save. He's 3 for 3, but
Craig Kimbrell type beat.
Kenleh Jansen, I don't fuck with him. I'm over it. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You fat slob. You Jabba the Hutt.
Slobbily.
Yeah, what's the Stephen A?
It's a bunch of Marcus
So
Russell.
I believe in second chances, but
Except for
No,
this
no,
dude.
no.
You Jabba the Hutt. Yeah,
Keep going. I'm going to try to find that exact quote.
okay, yeah. So, Kenleh, you show up to camp, you bitch and moan, which rightfully so, you bitch and moan that we didn't add to the team. That was fair.
I mean,
But
hey, we
then-
did that for 5 months.
Yeah, but then you don't fucking pitch when they need. You're consistently too healthy to go on the IL, but too hurt to throw the baseball. Fuck off, dude. I mean, get up, put your gear on, as Herb Brooks would say. What's his back?
Sore back is a long way from the
yeah,
heart.
it's a hell of a long way from the heart.
Yeah, by the way, the quote here, and I won't do the Stephen A. Smith voice. I am a person that believes in second chances. I think America is the land of second chances. Except for when it comes to this dude. Mr. Jabba the Hutt, you fat slob, no good, lazy bum of a quarterback. This dude should be arrested for being a thief. He stole money from the Oakland Raiders. This dude is the
Oh, it's
epitome of
Jamarcus
the-
Russell,
Yeah,
right?
he
Jamar-
hated
yeah.
Jamarcus. He hated him.
In any event. Yeah, I mean, what's really concerning with...
Yeah, I mean, he's also looked bad when he has pitched, which is, like, that's probably
He's dotted a
problem
couple of pitches, but has completely missed his spots on some others.
He's missed
That-
spots. He's
it's
throwing
not- it's not
89.
terrible.
He's
Yeah,
throwing
that-
89
that
miles
was the
per
big
hour.
thing. But then he cocks back and unleashes 95 out of nowhere, which is very, very weird.
He might be the second worst pitcher in that pen right now.
I believe it.
I don't think that's an exaggeration.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
as
gonna-
it stands today, April 3rd, 2024, he might be the second worst pitcher in that bullpen.
It's been much more hairy, yeah, with him. I think it was I think it was Chris Towers with CBS mentioned that, like, across the board, across all of baseball, reliever velocity has gone down a bit. Not this drastic by like 5 ticks, but like everyone consistently, almost universally in terms of closers, their velocity has been down. That still doesn't like make me feel better about what I've seen with Kenleh though.
What do you think that is? That's probably pitching coaches being like, hey, everybody's ripping out their UCLs. Maybe.
Yeah.
Chris
It's gotta
Towers
be
mentioned they
like
don't really pitch a ton in spring training, so maybe that's
Oh.
it. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, already with the sore back stuff, like that's unbecoming.
He also he didn't throw until like the final week of spring training. So like, how am I supposed to believe he's ramped up in the first place?
Right? Is this his spring training? You have to.
I
ask.
also
Does
even
seem
when he
like
was
it.
even when he was good, doing really well last year, like the first half of last year, whatever.
Heart
it was,
attacks.
I was gonna say I just hate watching the man throw the baseball. I find it very unpleasant to
Yeah,
the
you don't
eye.
like the aesthetic.
No, he's the most lethargic pitcher I've ever seen in my entire life. I think he looks. The only other one I was thinking of is like Aroldis Chapman. Pretty consistently looked disgusting on the mound, but he at least was throwing 103 or what. So you like, okay, I get it. Kenley's out there dotting 89. He looks disgusting.
He did dot a couple in Seattle. I will say that there were some really nice pitches he had there at 89. Still not great, but in terms of location,
I just hate watching him pitch. I wish I had more of a scientific reason for it. It's just like really unpleasant to me.
Is it
And
just
it's always.
is it the tempo? Is it the delivery?
I think it's the tempo. I think it's his
a
mechanics.
little twitch right
Yeah,
before,
the
right?
mechanics are icky to me. I don't like when he like cocks back. That's always. I'm not a fan of that.
Where he rocks a little.
The fact that he often can't throw strikes is soup. You know me. Throw strikes.
Can't hold runners either. Who was it who was stealing second to third in that second Oakland game?
Oh yeah.
oh God.
Whatever. Someone. Yeah, I just, I mean, I imagine, he's gone after this season regardless, so it's like ultimately whatever, but he's kind of a vibe killer, unfortunately. Yeah.
And
That's
again,
where I'm at
he
with
very
him.
well may have some stretches down the
Hall
year
of Famer,
where-
God bless him.
Yeah.
Probably a Hall of Famer, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
If
I would
Billy
say
Wagner,
400 saves, that's hard to do.
Maybe not first ballot, but down the line, yeah, he'd get
got
in.
a
Especially
ring.
like
I
you
do,
gotta-
he
He got
get in
a
at some
fake
point,
ring
I
and
think.
all that.
he could be fourth all time by the end of the year if he stays healthy.
Right,
He-
him and Kimbrel are pretty close.
He tied with
each
Billy
other.
Wagner today. He's 2 behind John Franco, and so he's at 422. And then
Franco, like
And then K-Rod's at number 4 with 437. Shout out
him
at
and-
Sox Notes because I have that
Him
pulled
and
up.
Chris Martin are the epitome of that, the Virgin and the Chad.
Chris
Like
Martin
Kenleh,
just throws
Kenleh
strikes.
throws 15 pitches and can't locate or oh, my back hurts. Martin's in there every day.
Yeah, it's time to get 3 outs.
dotting. You know.
It's time to get 3 outs.
I don't want to brag here, Jake. I will say
No, I
I'm
know. Fitz,
completely running
I was
up.
lashing out last year.
And listen, I'm still going Dracarys mode, man. I am running up the score on your fuck you and fuck
I get
Coldplay
it.
joke.
I get it.
Game is the game, dude. Like, it is what it is. Got to put you on the
get
the summer jam screen there.
Do we think he passes Koji? He's 3 back now. Most consecutive
what?
scoreless appearances.
Oh.
Chris Martin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's at 24 after today.
It was tight today. It got hairy for a sec there. Not really his fault, any of it, but
right.
But he's got out of it.
He sure
got out of
did.
it.
Daniel Bard at 25. Josh Taylor. What's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Josh Taylor. Who did
Ricochet shot to Josh.
What was his fucking name last year? The shortstop that we traded for him.
Mondesi. Adalberto.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Josh.
a memorable Red Sox tenure.
Not
Mondesi.
a dry eye when he returns.
And then
right.
Koji leads the way at 27. He is Muad'Dib. He points the way.
Muad'Dib.
Muad'Dib. They call him Lisa Lagarib. So, anyways, that what you're fucking with, not fucking with?
Oh yeah, he's miserable. I'm out. I'm all set.
Gentlemen, I can't believe we've been recording for about a half hour now, and we haven't discussed the man who has done miracles on us, Andrew
I
Bailey.
knew this was
That's who I'm fucking with. I had
Andrew
another
Bailey,
side
man.
one just in case someone brought it up, the easy one, but it's got to be him. I wrote it on Over the Monster on Sunday for the brushback on Monday morning. I mentioned it, and it took a look into the first 3 starts of the year in Seattle from Bayo, from Pivetta, and from Cutter Crawford. And it also took a look back at the general thesis of Andrew Bailey's philosophy, which we knew off the bat it was just, hey, strikes equal good. Throwing strikes, that's really cool. And you've seen that. I know, yeah, soy face from Liam there. Exactly, right? Who would have thought? And you've already seen that from the starters. I mean, good amount of strikeouts and keeping the walks at bay. That's excellent. Love seeing that. I understand it's a small sample size, but you know, you're still seeing that. However, the other thing that I wanted to take a look at with Andrew Bailey's philosophy is the simple idea, like, hey, maybe just throw your best stuff. Maybe throwing that stuff is probably a good idea. You look at run values for specific pitches from Brian Bayo in 2023. Fastball, not so good, but the sinker, effective. And now you're incorporating the slider as well, which I know he was kind of getting rocked a little bit. His second start of the year in Oakland, that first home run was on a hanging slider, but he still got like 7-8 whiffs on that pitch throughout the night. It still gave encouraging signs. You see Pavetta's sweeper, which he didn't deploy a ton in 2023, but was still pretty productive. Bailey turns around and is like, hey, maybe throw that pitch more because it's really good. 2 dazzling starts from Nick Pivetta so far to start the year. Again, small sample, but this is what we have to go off of. Cutter looked good in his first game. Very, very good to start the year. Just throwing his best stuff. Andrew Bailey, if that's the philosophy, obviously it's got to be more complex than that for a Major League Baseball pitching coach. Of course, there's got to be more that goes into this. But that general philosophy, just throw your best stuff. I'm fucking with that, man. It's been fun to watch so far.
I agree that it's definitely more complex than we as fans are seeing, but I think part of it is like it is simple. It is simple. Like,
Do you
it's
know
not
the Wojak
like
meme where it's the bell curve?
yes,
Like
Yeah.
IQ?
yes,
At
yes.
the very end is a stupid Wojak, and then the middle is like the crying no
Yes.
Wojak no, and then the very end of it is the smart, like wise monk Wojak.
Yeah.
And the wise this is awful to describe.
No, I get it.
On a
It's not-
podcast.
I mean, you could just say
Both
like the
ends
bell
of the
curve.
bell curve say the same exact thing, and it's
Yes.
throw your best pitches, and in the middle it's like Kevin Cash being like, well, the X-Wobo when you throw your sinker
Yeah.
in a 1-2 count with runners on the corners is .002 worse. Like, just throw your best pitches.
Sometimes the most simple answer is the right answer.
Exactly. Right.
That's Dave. That's Dave Bush up there. That dumb fucking idiot up
It's
on
probably
top
better
of the
than saying
bell
Kevin
curve.
Cash with the Rays. Yeah, it's
that
Dave Bush.
stupid fuck. Listen, the Red Sox have had so many coaches. Whatever, a couple dozen in my tenure as a fan. If this Andrew Bailey stuff sticks, this year, whatever, next year, I mean, what an indictment on Dave Bush for being brain dead. I mean, he watched this shit. He was the coach for 4 fucking years. How? Hey, throw good pitches. Throw your good pitches,
I will
guys.
say, though, I will say, in Dave Bush's defense, that job was very good for his lifestyle because he was able to get so much cardio in walking back and forth from the mound. I mean,
yeah, it was crazy last night. Andrew Bailey came out to the mound, I think, for the first time this year.
It felt like it at least, you know.
And I was like, oh, I remember seeing that 4 times a game last year, a pitching mound visit.
PTSD when he comes up. When he would come out of the dugout.
Dave Bush.
If I could turn back time and give
doing?
Dave Bush a Fitbit just to see if we could count his steps throughout the year, I would pay to see that.
I just did a quick run through of Sox stats. Shout out. Another guy, Tanner Houck, first start of the year, no four-seam fastballs. None.
Yeah, no, that's been,
zero.
I think really the only guy who's exclusively used it as a primary part of the arsenal, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Cutter. Because you didn't see it.
He was
at
great,
all from
and he
Bale.
was
You
fucking
didn't see it from
nails in
Pivetta,
his game.
right? You didn't see it from Houck. Houck was great. Just abuse the slider, man. That's your best pitch.
I did.
The splitter from Tanner Houck was nice to see too. The splitter, that was good.
I saw there was a Coley tweet today during Pavetta's start, where I don't know, I think he threw a fastball to get out of a jam, and he was like, Bailey's gonna fist fight him in the dugout.
How dare you throw a four-seamer? Yeah, 20% of the time for the splitter from Tanner Houck in that first outing.
I like it.
Locating it nicely. Dude, last year was like the year of the splitter in general for baseball, so to see a development like that. And it's weird.
I think that's what's so frustrating is because like we knew these guys had what it takes.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But the coach, like we knew like Whitlock has potential, Houck has potential. Like the stuff is there. They just needed the right guidance.
Yeah. I was gonna.
They were like so
I
close, and
to,
Dave Bush was clearly holding them back.
I point to like those names that you think of like in the mid-teens where we had those pitching prospects like the Henry Owens or the Anthony Renatos or I don't know, somebody,
Alan Webster, Ruby De La Rosa.
Yeah, sure. And it's these guys, these guys came up and they just looked like shit, and it was like, oh, okay, and it's. But with this new wave, the Cutter, the Whitlock, the Houck, it's like you could see there was something there, and that's what made the last 2 years so fucking annoying. Like it almost and again, it turns out it actually was fairly obvious that it wouldn't take a lot to make these guys work, and it's taken Andrew Bailey all of 2 months or something. I mean, I know it's only one start,
but still they looked good in the spring. And we're like, okay,
that's true. They did
for real, and
they did.
They came in guns blazing first week of the season. So
sometimes all you need is a fresh set of eyes.
And again,
that's what they say. This
is just a week into the year, and this is what we've seen. It's encouraging. Take it with a grain of salt. I understand that. Yep, but I mean, hey, that's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
God bless him.
Yes, it is.
Andrew Bailey saved my life.
So I'm fucking with Andrew Bailey. What I'm not fucking with, gentlemen. I do not. We have talked about this extensively, not just us Red Sox fans, but just baseball fans in general. But now that the regular season is here,
the jerseys,
dude, it looks so bad.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad.
I think, to me at least, I think we all kind of like forgot after spring training got underway because like, you're not watching every inning, like you're kind of tuning out. The games are in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
We have lives, people have jobs, we work, families, kids to provide for. Now that I'm watching the Red Sox every inning, every pitch, I can't get it out of my head how really, bad, really bad the lettering looks like, especially on the gray Red Sox jerseys. They've ruined them. They've massacred my boy.
I pointed this out to Liam at the game, but the funniest thing about the lettering to me is that how small it is genuinely removes the purpose and the usefulness of the last names. We were in left field and Duran was in front of us, and I was like, if I didn't know who that was, I literally could not read his name on the back of his jersey. So if you're like a fan coming to a game, you don't know these guys by
Yeah,
their
trying to learn
numbers,
who it is, like
you literally have to be probably less than 100 feet away for you to even
on TV, like if you didn't know that Weissert was on the mound or something like that, you're kind of like squinting, you're like, what's going on? Who's on the mound here? Like, and if you didn't see the score bug in the top left on Nesson, you know what I mean? It's
no, they're bad
for a sport that for. Give me an estimate on this. Probably the last, it feels like forever, but the last, 10, 15 years has been stomping their feet and whining about their image. Like, we need more people to love baseball. And then to roll out these jerseys, which are, the foremost sort of branding for your sport. I mean, they're probably the most, outside of soccer jerseys, Liam, you could probably attest to this, outside of soccer jerseys, baseball jerseys are probably the most popular that you see around, I would imagine. Like, just people just wear it as casual wear all the time. And this is the product that you're rolling out. This tacky shit. It looks just second rate. It looks bad.
I am genuinely curious if it affects
basketball
the bottom
jerseys
line.
could also be up there, by the way, but that's not the point.
Like, the only way it'll change is obviously if it affects the bottom line. That's how these things work.
Oh, God, no. And it won't. They'll make money on
Well,
this.
no, that's what I'm saying. It might. I don't know. It's hard to say right now. Like, if you walk in, you
sadly,
walk in
I
those
don't
pro
think they
shops
could
and they
change it in
look
time.
like shit. They look really bad in the pro. Like, nothing would possess me to purchase one of those jerseys.
Why would you not just go on, AliExpress at that point, or, fucking Etsy,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sadly,
So-
I don't think it gets fixed this year.
Oh, hell no.
I don't
Because-
think
Oh, not
it
this
does.
year,
There's
no.
I saw
Because fixing it would be a good thing, and no good things happen
and proactive.
anymore.
Right.
I saw. So I guess the Mariners, they typically wear those cream jerseys on Sundays. They didn't wear them Sunday while we were there because they hadn't arrived yet, folks.
That was why.
So great. So there are supply chain issues. There are aesthetic issues. Top to bottom, what a fucking nightmare.
I'll tell you what I noticed today. I had no idea. The Red Sox got rid of the socks on the away jerseys on the arm.
You
Do we
pointed
think
it, I
that's
saw you
for-
point that out too. That's a bad. I like
What
that.
the fuck was that? I had no idea. I was looking at Nick Pitch, and I was like, something's missing.
Do you think that's for ad placement?
Because
Because I saw someone tweeted about the Cubs jerseys, and some I guess they typically have a patch on the right hand side of the sleeve.
Yeah,
but I
the
guess-
National League logo, right? Don't they?
Yes, that's typically there, but it had been moved around. Like it was on the left side of some players and on the right side of others. But I guess that was there just because based on how the players bat or how the players pitch.
Yeah, based on the camera.
Like
if you're a righty
Yes.
pitcher and you have a regular jersey patch, it'll be on your left, and the
I've seen
ad
that.
will be on the right because when you're coming from the stretch, the camera's pointing there. It goes right to the left. Which, I mean, think of something like Mass Mutual. You can't fucking read that when Pavetta's in the
No.
stretch. You know what I mean? It's so small. Something like a Motorola where it's just one logo for the Padres. I can understand it in that regard. I think it's
I
cynical,
actually was saying
but I get the idea.
to someone, it might have been you, Liam, and the guys in Seattle, but as a Boston sports fan, obviously I would prefer no ads on jerseys, but my three teams, I must say, they're as good as you could get, I think, with with how not invasive they're
not
Celtics,
offensive.
Bruins, and Sox. It's like,
Celtics do it the best, I think.
Yeah, I forget it's there, quite honestly.
yeah, I mean,
It
the
just blends in.
Sox, you can't read if you're far. I mean, it just looks like a blue thing on their arm.
But that
And
does
the-
kind of stick out. It does look weird. It just...
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And the Bruins, I've got no problem with it. Little Rapid 7, boop, just on the little...
Yeah, but then there's a random splash of orange in there sometimes, right? That kind of looks weird. That's what I mean. The Celtics do it the best, and it's incorporated well. Again,
no.
like you mentioned, the Celtics, where it looks like the sign of Massachusetts. Yes.
No,
like
the
entering-
Bruins. There's no orange.
Oh, do they go with?
For the Rapid 7, even then, even if there wasn't any orange, even if it was all white, I still think the Celtics incorporated the best.
Yeah, no, theirs looks good.
Yeah. I thought there was orange on it, but you
Vistaprint?
watch the Bruins more.
Is that
So.
what it is, right? Vistaprint.
Yeah, Vistaprint. Even the GE looked fine. It was a little
Yeah,
big.
I like the GE.
Yeah, I like the G too. Yeah.
I was telling you, Jake, when's Duncan going to sack up and finally
I
give
know.
us what we want?
Well, they're on the Providence Bruins.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
It's such a
getting
slam
there.
dunk.
They're getting there. Just
yeah.
it's a win for everyone.
Do they need to advertise? Like, what does that do for anyone? I mean, I know
not here. They don't.
Yeah, like Mass Mutual and Rapid 7. It's like at least these are companies that like maybe new business could come in if somebody's like, oh, what's that? Who's like, oh, what's that? What is that pink and orange logo?
DD
guy who watches the Boston Bruins. What's that pink and orange logo on the chest there?
Dunkin' Donuts. Am I being led to believe that they perhaps sell coffee and confectionary treats?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I tweeted this as well. I'm very proud of this. Proud to say this. Not a drop of Starbucks coffee touched my lips in the Pacific Northwest.
There you go.
I stayed loyal. I stayed true.
Absolutely. You should be compensated for that. You should be getting some like free Dunkin' points in your account. I'll talk to Missy Bopena about that.
Me and Johnny, when we had to kill time on Monday, shout out Delta. We strolled by the original Starbucks. There was a line like 150 feet long down the sidewalk just to get in. Like, nah, okay, well, I'll take a picture of the outside. That's all. And I made a comment to Johnny. I'm like, they lining up in Quincy like this at the original?
No, they're not. No, as the resident Quincy guy, West Quincy, born and raised.
It actually bums me out that they don't do more for that location. Like, they should have. I don't know. They really build it out, a museum or something.
So I'm like, oh, why is there a line to get?
Yeah,
it was like 50 people deep. I'm like, what? There's a Starbucks literally one block up. Just go to that one.
Yeah, right. I saw that. There was one.
Yeah, it was like right on the other side of the market. Like, just go to that one.
The original Dunks, like, it has like the old school like 50s diner kind of top like seats there. Yeah. That's cool. Jake, have you been there?
I've driven by it
on Southern Artery.
I've never actually been inside.
It is a tough location. Southern Artery is a fucking nightmare, to be fair. That is tough, right?
Getting in and out of that Dunks is kind of a bitch, too. I remember driving by it, and I was like, that parking lot looks rough.
The original Dunks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of spaces for the original spot, you know?
The original.
The very best. Yeah. Driving around that entire area of Southern Artery sucks, too, where, like, the police station is, you know, the field, Roxy's, shout out Roxy's. Roxy stinks. Like it literally, like it smells bad for you residents of the city of Presidents. In any event, yeah, that's what I'm fucking with and not fucking with.
No, you haven't.
Again, anytime there's those long pauses, I would like to see how long it can go. Let's take a step aside. When we return, we have a voicemail.
Oh,
yeah, that's a surprise to Jake. We didn't mention that to Jake before we recorded. Liam knew that we had one. But Jake didn't. So we have a voicemail, and then some words about the loss of Larry Lucchino. I feel like we should go into that. Yeah, we should probably talk about that. He passed away a couple of days ago as we were recording this Wednesday night. So some words on Larry Lucchino. Some words on Larry Lucchino when we're. Some words on Larry Lucchino. I'm trying to say it again because I got
you got it. You got it. No, don't edit that out. That's fun. It's fun.
The guy died.
The guy died.
It's time to take it down to Heidi.
Yeah. Nick Markakis, take strike one.
All right. I got
some words about Larry Lucchino when we return.
I'm going to put my piece
doing so well.
I'm put my piece in.
That was good, though.
I'm going to edit that out.
They got him.
If not for that, just for the fact that I kept repeating myself, so I have to get that out. It's gonna sound like shit. So. Okay. Not so bad if that's the only edit to this point. That bad boy. Nice crack. Dude, I don't know what's happened the last couple of days. Like, a decade ago, I never got a diagnosis, but I broke my left pinky toe, I believe, in high school.
I feel like I've definitely broken it. I feel like I've definitely
you can't walk on it for like 3 weeks. It kills. It had to have grown. It had to have grown in the wrong way since then. Like, I never noticed this for years, but like the last like week or two, that left pointer toe, man, I have to keep cracking it. It gets sore.
Oh no!
It's in hell, man.
Go in. Just have him re-break it.
I'm trying to crack it now. Sometimes it won't crack. Like I can feel like it needs to crack. Get that arthritis toe on deck in a couple of years, right? It's gonna be great. Did Jake mention what he's cooking in there? Literally,
He
what
said
is
like
Jake
a
cooking?
little pizza, little za.
Not bad.
I'm
Elio's
so sad
pizza.
I'm so sad they don't play tomorrow. I really am.
Already missing him.
Yeah. Especially when it's a game that like happens partially during the workday. I'm like, this sucks.
It was great to get me through the second half of work today. I had Arsenal. I got to see
Oh yeah,
both
you
goals
had a
against
busy day. You had a busy day.
Luton. I saw both goals against Luton. And then it was like halftime. I was like, I'm going to switch over the Sox. I think we're good. We were good. I didn't see like any of the second half of the Arsenal game. Do me a favor and like draw or lose tomorrow. That'd be lovely.
I'm
Sick.
completely expecting them to drop points.
It's at Anfield, right?
I believe that's right.
Are you playing Brighton?
I want to say it's Sheffield.
Or is it Sheffield? Blades?
Set alarm for 32 minutes from now.
Yeah, Sheffield tomorrow.
Sheffield United.
Gentlemen.
You making a little pizza?
Yeah, a little lean cuisine French bread pizza.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I've run out of money here in sunny Los Angeles, so.
Do you need some money?
No, thankfully, Pops is visiting next week, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
The voicemail, Jake, from Nate is, what would your pregame routine be, a la Tristan Casas, if it was explicitly just to piss off old people? Does it make sense?
Yeah. Should we?
Okay.
Are we recording?
It's recording, but we're not like into it. I just wanted to give
okay.
you the
Yeah.
as if you heard it. So that's what it is. It's essentially like how Casas does like the sunbathing shit. If your goal was only to piss off the old heads, what would your pregame routine be? Okay? So I'll just start it up in a minute. But not an actual minute, you know what I mean? We're back. Pot on Lansdowne, Jake Fitz and Liam. Final segment of the show here. Voicemail came in. Believe it or not, we have a voicemail. Without even asking for one per se, like in a voicemail episode. But if you want to ever leave us a voicemail, question, or comment for the show, you are more than welcome to do so. We'd love to hear from you. Our number, what is it, Liam? Pop quiz.
617 420
He's got it so far.
34 45.
2431.
Fuck!
Pretty 60%.
Close.
Come see
That
me
was
after
close.
class. We're gonna do extra studying on that. 617-420-2431. Leave a voicemail there. You will be featured on the show, unless you say like some slurs or something like that. Then in that case, we can't feature on the show.
Probably won't make it. Probably won't make the cut.
Probably won't make it.
You never
Yes.
know, as Kenleh would say.
Kenleh, you never know. Again, 617-420-2431. This one comes in from Nate. Let's hear it. Just put in 52. Was it like 5230? Good question there. Because I love pissing off old people. So that's right up my alley. Thank you for the question. Gentlemen, what would be your pregame thing? Your oh my god, what's the fucking word? Routine.
Routine?
Routine. Thank you very much. Tough word to remember there. Routine. Pregame routine to piss off the capital O olds.
I got mine.
Let's hear it.
Inspired by our trip to Seattle, because we were talking about a certain player that did this, and it did piss off an old head who, quite frankly, never enjoyed this player. And I seem to be proven correct. I would have a bowl of ice cream, a la Jose Lobaton. And so the story goes, Jose Lobaton was eating ice cream in the clubhouse when he was with the Rays, and Luke Scott at the time came up to him and was basically like, yeah, you shouldn't eat that. You're going to get fat. And Jose Lobaton then proceeded to go back for more ice cream. And Luke Scott barred him from the kitchen in the clubhouse until he like got a hit or did something in a game as like a reward system for ice cream. So I think I would go with some pregame ice cream. I think that sounds delicious. And would kind of get me in the right place that I need to be to perform to the best of my abilities.
Like, what kind of flavor are we thinking?
Because I had strawberry ice cream the night we had this conversation, Jake, I'm going strawberry ice cream. I don't want anything too rich. I don't want anything too rich, too heavy before the game. Strawberry ice cream is like a little refreshing. I don't want to go full sorbet.
I think heads up, pound per pound. I think straight up, like, you can mix other things with vanilla, but if you're talking like strictly what flavor, I think strawberry is my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, do you remember Jackie Bradley Jr.? He loved his strawberry cheesecake, Ben & Jerry's. That was his thing. Off season started. He would be like, I can finally eat strawberry cheesecake again. So great ice cream. Shout out Ben & Jerry's.
I'd say that's definitely top 5. We've ranked our top 5 Ben & Jerry's on the show, I believe.
I feel like we definitely have. Yeah.
Half Baked is still the best, if you ask me, but in any event.
That's neither here nor there.
Don't have to get into all that. Jake, how about you?
Well, this is tough for me because I think so much of my life I sort of live to do this anyway, to piss off the olds.
Just be me.
But what? Yeah, just be me. I would try and be as woke as possible.
Pre-game, once the game starts, bootstraps Wallinger.
Pre-game woke. And how would I do that, you ask? Let's think.
He'll just wear a her.
Yeah, maybe
shirt.
maybe I could like paint my nails on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
That's
people
relaxing.
really get mad about that. I like that. Maybe like do it with some teammates. Like we could do each other's nails, like at a slumber party or something. We sit in a little circle,
besties.
right in the outfield grass, on a nice little picnic blanket, perhaps. Paint each other's nails. I think that could be cute.
Talk about
self-care. Some self-care before the game.
Yeah, I think that
sounds great. Actually,
I think that's my answer. Yeah.
Do some face masks. It'd be great.
Yeah. Drop the skincare routine. That's what I'm talking about. 100%. Mine's pretty easy. And I think listeners of the show can appreciate this. The old people would not appreciate it. Guys, it's similar to what I just said about Jake, staying true to yourself. I'm just fucking posting, man. I'm posting. I'm retweeting drill.
Tweets,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. Quoting anything I see that's funny. LMFAO, like 20 seconds the first pitch. You know, national anthems out there, and I'm retweeting like the Stephen A. Smith "Let me address this issue" tweet. I'm just posting, man. If remember the David Price saga in Boston, where everyone was upset about him being like, "Oh, you're on Twitter too much. You're on the internet too much." Well, if that's going to piss off the old people, then sign me up for that. I'm doing it anyways, you know? So if I'm getting paid 8 figures to play some baseball, but before then I post, like, that's still me time at that point, right?
Keep it going.
Game hasn't started. I'm going to send these posts. I'm sticking with that. I'm retweeting some old Trill Ball and stuff. And be like, hey, remember this post from Tyler I Am? That's what I'm doing. From old Whiskers. I'm posting,
I love
man.
That fits.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Do it for the love of the game. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he's good at baseball. We don't know if he loves baseball, though. But what he does love, he loves posting. That's what the
loves his Twitter. He loves his Twitter.
Yeah, he loves his posts. That's what the that's what the 98.5 the Sports Hub callers are gonna be talking about with me there. So again, thank you very much for the question there. And again, 617-420-2431 if you want to be on the show yourself. Transition into a bit more of a serious topic here, gentlemen. Larry Lucchino has passed away. We were just talking about him a couple of weeks ago, too.
We really were.
The whole classmate of Hillary Clinton.
That's
I'll
right.
have you know.
That's right.
But man, Lucchino, Merloni had a great post. Speaking of post, he had a great post about him. I don't have it right in front of me, but basically saying, yeah, he may have been a little bit rough around the edges, but you could tell that Lucchino genuinely cared about the well-being of the team. And it's sort of, you know, that's maybe why he was endearing to Red Sox Nation, because it felt like someone who, you know, you'd be shooting the shit with anyways, in a very pivotal role at the team. I mean, we talked about it at the top of the show, maybe some of the imperfections of Fenway Park, but Fenway Park is not still standing today as like essentially like a living monument at this point, over 100 years, like protected by all those laws. That's not a thing without Larry Lucchino stepping in. Camden Yards is not a thing without Larry Lucchino. After reading articles about him over the past couple of days, it seems crazy that he's not in the Hall of Fame as an executive at this point.
That shocked me, honestly. Right? I would have just been like, if you would ask me, I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
Handprints on 3 different franchises.
Essentially,
Baltimore, San Diego, Boston.
Especially with Camden Yards, like everybody modeled their ballparks after that once it was made.
Exactly.
So
right? Everyone wanted the next Camden Yards.
And I know when we were talking about him a few weeks ago, you know, I was like, man, I was probably a little harsh during our conversation, just based on like the fallout after 2011, and then you know his handprints being on Bobby Valentine and all that. But I do think after like you said, Fitz, just reading articles and seeing quotes from people, and you look at the full scope of his tenure with the Red Sox, and I know I tweeted this too. Like, of course, on the field, once Ortiz got here, the whole mindset of in the clubhouse and with the fans changed. But we don't get there without Larry Lucchino. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that John Henry and Tom Werner have an ounce of the competitive juice that Larry was bringing to the table.
Yeah,
like,
you could talk about the you know, around the edges, some of the stuff with Lucchino and in the fallout there with Theo and that whole debacle. You mentioned Bobby V, but that would be such a breath of fresh air to have, you know, that sort of care with the FSG brass now, because
the guy was a dog. He was a winner. He had the dog in him, as many say. So
yeah,
this is not a moment to completely go in on the current situation of FSG. This is remembering Lucchino.
No, I'll go in on it because it's a good comparison. It's a good comparison. I tweeted that Sam Kennedy, who is, has the job that Lucchino had, the real Virgin and Chad stuff. Larry comes onto the scene, puts his fist down, says, "Fuck it, let's roll." He's shit talking people in the media. He's telling the Yankees,
"Evil Empire, dude."
Yeah, Evil Empire. Fuck off. Yeah.
I had completely forgotten. So like the full context of that quote was like the reporter was like, "Do you want to comment?" And he was like, "Nah." Actually, wait. You know what? I do want to comment. And that's when he ripped the Evil Empire quote.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's sick.
Great. That's awesome.
Like, you know how far it goes to have just one person in your front office have like any sort of balls, any semblance of competitive. Like, think, you know, look at it now. That's the noise I think of every time.
Which one was that? Was that Werner? Was that Henry?
Yeah, all three: Henry, Werner, and Kennedy. Every time I look at the three of them, that's the noise that comes to me. It's like Professor Frink or something on the. That's
the guy.
Shrimp.
It's like these guys are. They've got no balls. To put it, you know, that's an expression, of course. But Larry had some balls. Sometimes too many balls.
And,
you know, like post 2011, like, you know, some shit.
And it's sad that the Paw Sox aren't in Pawtucket anymore, but it's a great ballpark in Worcester on the other side of it.
All you hear are great things about Polar Park. So.
And I've been, and it's lovely.
Very nice park.
And I think part of me is like, I think the competitive juice he brought to the table, like, yeah, that ruffled feathers. And I remember Ortiz and him like barred, you know, comments to the media. I think when Ortiz was negotiating one of his like final contracts, and I think essentially he was kind of like, well, they pay all these other guys outside of the organization, like why aren't they paying me, kind of thing. But then I saw Ortiz's Instagram post the other day, and I don't know, the quote he put out was like so thoughtful. And
I think contract negotiations are like the worst you could possibly see of someone, you know.
For sure.
I think a lot of guys, once they get older, realize that, like, yeah, that part is, you got to be pretty cold and calculated.
Yeah, it's a business.
Yeah.
But I think like I do think like the the aspect of Lucchino where he had that competitive fire, like, absolutely translated to the clubhouse, and I think the players at the time saw it and like appreciated it, because I mean, like we said, that's not always the whole front office. So, yeah, I think you can't tell the story of the Boston Red Sox without Larry Lucchino.
Right.
Amen. Amen to
That's
that.
the best way to
Liam.
put it.
Amen to
Yeah.
that.
And
I was thinking. Oh, Fitz, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you go first, because
So for me, growing up as a Sox fan in the aughts, in the early teens, there's these guys, these people that you associate with the Sox, that seem like bigger than life. Like these guys are infallible, they're invincible. And just in the last couple of years, 3 guys who are like, oh, that's the Red Sox. It's like Remy, Wakefield, Lucchino, dead.
yeah,
Like
gone.
that's so jarring as a fan of the post curse broken Red Sox, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Those hit hard because that's so much. I spend so much, probably too much time with this fucking baseball team.
Yeah, too late now, man. You're
Yeah,
in it.
and those
We're
are
in
3
it.
guys that I associate so strongly with them. For so
For a
many
generation
years.
above us, it's probably when Johnny Pesky passed.
Yeah.
Was it like 2012, or I believe, when he
Yeah.
passed. And even like, I'm younger, but I understand the significance of a Johnny Pesky. I understand that, you know, he's Mr. Red Sox, but it's a similar idea for people of that age. Now, to hear Jerry Remy, you know, 100 and some odd times a year, you know, it's to then lose that's a big loss. To have watched Wakefield for however many years, like a dozen years, 15 years, for however long you remember watching the team, that's a big loss. And Lucchino being a part of, you know, the architectural team to have, you know, built a couple of world championships, yeah, that's a big loss.
Yeah,
It was an
it's
era.
sad.
Yeah,
It was an era.
Greatest era in Red Sox history.
Amen.
the whole world.
Amen. The sun will shine on us again, my brothers.
Yes. And I'll leave this topic with this. The Ortiz quote on Instagram that you mentioned, Liam.
Yes.
When a great man dies, for years the light he leaves behind him lies on the paths of men. You were a great leader. I will forever be grateful, Larry. Fly high. That's a very nice, thoughtful, touching.
That was
quote.
touching.
Yeah.
God
It was
damn.
great.
Yes.
Thought it was a very nice tribute.
Amen to that. Absolutely.
Amen.
So that's all I got for Red Sox related things.
Yeah, I have a similar kind of just to button on that, and I don't want to forget this because it made me laugh. But that quote reminded me of it. This will make sense in a second. That sounds silly, but
God, where's he going?
Juan Soto got interviewed.
Liam, I ask myself this all the time.
Juan Soto got interviewed yesterday, and I guess
Talking about the 2019 Nats?
Yeah, the 2019 team, and so the quote. This made me laugh out loud, like how it's like poignant, but it's really like fucking sad.
Yeah.
His quote is, "That was a real family." Soto says of the 20. just the way it's written, it's like this devastating.
It really hits hard.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me try again. That was a real family. Soto says of the 2019 team. Then his smile faded, and it will never be that way again.
Oh my God, I didn't hear that.
I know. I was like,
Devastating.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was scrolling the timeline earlier today, and that comes. I'm like, oh, that hits you. You know,
More
That's real.
flashbacks.
That's real as fuck.
yeah, that's real as fuck.
The duck smoking the cigarette, like shaking his head. That's Juan
Classic.
Soto there. Classic.
Classic.
I saw Dune, guys.
Oh, great. That's great.
Yeah,
That's great. Welcome to a month ago, Fitz. That's exciting.
Yeah. I
I
was gonna say the pot of lands
I didn't see it until 2 weeks in, and then
That's
I saw
not
it
true.
3
You
times.
saw it the next weekend.
No, I didn't see it until like 2 weeks later.
Some people
I
have
kept- I
to
kept-
do.
I kept having to push
Muad'Dib.
it.
Shilud.
It
God,
is
what a
I,
film.
Shia
They're calling him the Lisan al-Gaib.
What format you see it in, Fitz? Did you catch it in IMAX?
The only IMAX was Boston Common, and Missy Mo and I were not going to go into Boston.
Yeah,
to see it.
that's
I'm not,
fair.
I'm not
Fair.
sitting on there for an hour both ways on the red line into the green line to catch a movie. Although I really wanted to see an IMAX, it was standard. So, like Dolby
all right.
wasn't around me. Like the timing didn't work out to go over to Somerville at Assembly Row to see that in IMAX. So it was standard, but it was excellent. It was great. Anya Taylor-Joy jump scare.
Yeah, she'll get you.
Not that it scared me,
Good picture.
folks. Yeah, good picture.
Yeah.
Wait, you
great
didn't know
picture.
Anya Taylor-Joy was in it when you saw it? Wow.
Oh,
That's
I would have
crazy.
figured that had been spoiled for you. by
Yeah.
It's just I don't know.
because she showed up to the premiere and they're like,
Yeah.
she's playing a character that is obvious once you realize she's there.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, my For You
Little
page
sis.
has been like
Little sis.
baseball, so it wasn't as much on it. And listen, if it was going to be anyone in the cast on the For You page, probably would have been Florence Pugh. Shout out Florence Pugh.
No, that's
but
fair.
Not Becky Ferg.
Becky Ferg. There was a good amount of Becky Ferg over
The
the last couple of
Reverend
weeks.
Mother.
The Reverend Mother. I think
The
Rebecca
Reverend
Ferguson
Probably
and
because
Florence
the rest
Pugh
of
are
the
two of
timeline has
my
been going hoo-hoo-ha.
two of my all-time celebrity crushes, so that was a real cool movie for me.
It was
For other
special.
reasons as well, but I do. Those are two. Rebecca Ferguson,
God.
man, just what a screen presence. Ever since I saw her in Rogue Nation, that was 9 years ago now. It's like, whew. Her cocking that gun in the opera in Rogue Nation still
She's got
sticks
the eye
with me
patch on, right?
to this. No, you fucking idiot! She only has the eye patch on in the one that just came out. Dead Reckoning.
I guess I got to watch the Mission Impossible movies now. I just can't get through two.
Oh, you can skip
I
two.
just can't get through it. I just can't get through it.
So after seeing Dune 2, now that we're on the level here, I have to ask you, Jake, our movie's back. What's the temperature?
Our movie's back. Oh my gosh. Well, Dune was great, but the rest of the month has been really lackluster. Fitz,
You're not excited
I'm gonna
about
give
Kong
you I'm gonna
Godzilla?
give you a hold on that because April has some things I'm excited for. So does May. And
Kingdom.
if Furiosa, if Apes, if Challengers, if Civil War all land, then I'll say yes unequivocally. But right now I'm gonna say anxiously waiting.
Cautiously optimistic, maybe.
Well, yeah, sure. Yes,
about
I
that?
think I am optimistic for those releases. Yeah.
Emoji for the weakest of popcorn, by the way.
Ooh, good call.
Oh my God, song of the week.
Yes, I was going to transition to that. Song of the week. Who wants to go
I've got
first?
mine right off the bat. I was listening to it earlier today. I didn't know this until today, but I'm sure Liam, you probably know, Fitz, you may know, but Gunnar Henderson's walk-up song is my song of the week, and it's "The Sweet Escape" by Gwen Stefani.
Oh, what a
Oh,
song!
wow.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yee! What a fucking song that is. Excellent song.
That is a great song.
Wonderful.
All right,
one.
I got mine ready, and it popped up on my TikTok For You page last night. I can't get it out of my head. A real throwback. Some are saying, "Rather Be" by Clean Bandit and
Yes, it's like the greatest song
wow.
ever, dude. That's what it was.
just
tweeted-
Glenn.
I tweeted out after every Arsenal win.
2014
song.
to 2016, special. That voice is special.
Yeah, that's a great song.
It's a shot in the dark. I
Really
listened
gets
to
the
that.
people going.
Liam, this is not an exaggeration. I probably, outside of the Arsenal video, I tweet whenever we win. 'cause
I've seen
we've been
you-
doing a lot of winning.
It's like Lingard in the corner. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, yeah. Abba does the flip and like the hands
Yes.
thing. I gotta. Someone else made that. I didn't make it, but I've got to sit down one day when I have some time and make a new one with all the other players on there because Abba
As you
obviously
should.
not on the team anymore. Like Thierry Henry's in there. I'll keep the Henry stuff in there. Lacazette can stay, but we got to get like Saka in there. Got to get Jesus doing the the when he's in the black jersey, like doing that. We
Get
gotta
Matt
get
Turner in there. Get my boy in there.
American hero Matt Turner,
That's
100%.
right.
Our American boy.
Legend.
But as I was saying, Rather Be, which was at my wedding, I had to make sure that was played at the wedding, 100%. What a song that is. I listen to that song probably twice a week.
Yeah, that's good.
Unironically.
Forgot how good it was.
What a song that is, right? The violins at the start, then it like, oh God, that's a...
I almost chose Kill the Lights. It's her and
Mm-hmm.
another DJ. Great. The special voice.
That piano at the... Dun, 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 dun,
Hold My
dun,
Hand.
dun,
I remember
yeah.
MLB did like a thank you fans video at the end of one season with Hold My Hand. Another
Thank you,
great
Red
song.
Sox Nation.
Just that playing in the back.
Yeah. For me, I tweeted about this the other day. I know Jake will appreciate this one because we've had this conversation once or twice. I tweeted, I don't have it verbatim, but I was like, the problem with a lot of songs in the world is that none of them are as good as In Between Days by The Cure, which is my song of the week. What a fucking song that is.
We were singing The Cure in Seattle, weren't we, Jake?
You were singing, and
We
you didn't
were,
tell me.
yeah.
What were we singing?
no.
Friday I'm in Love?
I think so, right?
I mean, I'm just guessing because you were there on a
Yeah,
Friday.
No,
I mean,
I don't think we were singing.
I was gonna say, like, I don't. It's not.
It was
Pictures of You getting really sad on it, which is a beautiful song. Pictures of You is a
Dude's
beautiful,
crying.
beautiful song. Yeah.
Oh, Just Like Heaven. That's what we were
Just
saying.
Like
Yes,
Heaven's a
yeah.
great song.
Oh,
Yes.
so good.
Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick. Yeah.
We should create a POL playlist on Spotify
Of all the songs of the week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Good idea.
good.
Yeah.
That's a good
We'll,
idea, Liam.
But we're stealing an unnamed Red Sox podcast bit by doing so. But they don't do it anymore. They haven't done it in a long time.
Okay, great.
So we're
Public
good.
domain at this point. Statute of limitations.
Yeah, we're good.
Domain.
I think so, right? So,
Yeah. So we'll take that. We'll lead off with Baseball by Hippocampus. Shout out to the OGs that remember
yes. Yeah, the true POL fans know how good of a. I mean, Les, I love our little Calypso intro now. It's great. Nothing beats that.
that. I miss the intro and outro songs we ripped. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go back and add those. I don't know where I'd find those.
Yeah, but then they
episodes,
kind of got the feeds. They were like, "Hey, you can't post."
They got them.
They did get us. So, and then we got under new management. It's like we can't get them in trouble for it. So we gotta change it up a little bit. So, anyways, those are the songs of the week, and that's all I have for this week in terms of the episode.
That's it. How we feeling about Anaheim? Jake, you going?
Maybe I might go Saturday. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, if they lose on Saturday and win on Friday,
Yeah, no, I'm done.
POL
then.
curse. The POL curse is very real.
official,
in that
right?
event.
Yeah, that's it for
Yeah.
me.
What is it? 2's a coincidence, 3's a trend.
Yeah, exactly. I might be going to one of the weekend games against the Angels next weekend. I might. Maybe Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna see what I can do. But my
Bayo
first
Bobble.
game
Bayo Bobble.
is that Friday.
That's Friday night. I'm trying to go Friday and Monday. I have a wedding in Jersey on Saturday, and then I come back Sunday.
Gotcha.
So, if
Gotcha.
anyone's a Fenway, Friday or Monday,
I
holla.
might have to be there Friday. Shit, if it's Bayo Bobble.
It's Bayo and the City Connect. It's fire. I still got to get my tickets.
Ooh, that might
If you
be
want to
insane.
go, let's go. I'll get tickets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the lady and I would be going there. But I was gonna say for sure I'm definitely going to that Cubs Saturday game. So the point is that will put the PLL curse, all these games
Hopefully to
together, and
bed.
put it to the test. And Jake, if the Red Sox do lose at a game that you're at the very least, you could just pop right up to Disneyland and wash those tears
That's
away.
true. Yeah, that's
Because it's not far from the stadium, right?
No, it's quite close.
There you go.
It's quite close.
Anyways, that's going to do it for
That's
this week's
us.
edition of Pod on Lansdowne. Good to be back, actually talking real, actual, meaningful baseball with you. Thank you for tuning in, as always. For Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz, you're you. We'll talk to you next week. Until then, that kind of sounded like Joe Castiglione there. I didn't mean to do that. We'll talk to you next week on Pod on Lansdowne, brought to you by Shaw's. Go Sox, and obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Long live the 5-2 Red Sox. Obey your mother.